Hello, grade 8 children. Welcome to EDUHUNT classes where you can excel your academics. Today, we are going to deeply learn about what are synthetic fibers. In the previous video, if you go watch there, we discussed natural fibers and synthetic fibers as well. Yes, but here the topic is all about synthetic fibers from the concept number 1. Okay, so what are these synthetic fibers and what is this fabric made up of? All this we'll learn in this particular video. Okay, children. So what are synthetic fibers? Here we go with the class 8 chemistry. Okay, children. So what are synthetic fibers? What according to you are called as synthetic fibers? We already discussed what are synthetic fibers, which means there are man-made fibers, artificial fibers, and also they are chemically processed in industries, and all these are also polymers which are made from monomers through chemical processes and all. Okay. So what are these synthetic polymers? Synthetic fibers will go in detail. Okay, children? Okay. So if you see all these pictures regarding, this is all about synthetic fibers, and these are included with dyes, in the sense they are colored ones. Okay, they dipped in the dye to get these colors and all. So you can see the synthetic fibers, different varieties of synthetic fibers. Yes, and all the pictures for you. Clear, children? These are threads where these are weaved. It means kuttadam together to get a particular fabric. Okay, children? These are fibers. And from here we'll get the synthetic fabric. Okay, children. So here we'll start the session. Here we go. What are synthetic fibers? Definition we already know, and we already grouped that particular kinds of fibers over there in the last video. But here we'll learn in detail. Okay. So according to you, those fibers which are synthetically man-made are called as synthetic fibers. Okay. Those fibers which are synthetically man-made. Children, why are these are also called man-made fibers, children? Because these are made by man using what? Using technologies, right? Yes. So these are also called as what fibers? Man-made fibers. Yes. Synthetic fibers are also called as what, children? Also called as man-made. Oh, we have it here. Okay, here we have. Synthetic fibers are also called as what, children? Man-made fibers. Okay. So again, those fibers which are synthetically man-made. Okay, synthetic fibers are man-made and produced by joining small chemical units called monomers into long chains called polymers. You know what is polymer? Yeah, in the previous video you already watched what is polymer, how it is processed and all. And this polymer is combined with many small monomers grouped and linked together to get a polymer, right? Yes. So that is all about which process? Yes, polymerization. Polymerization means it is the linkage, it is the chemical processes and the linking between monomers to form polymers. Yes. So it is produced by joining small chemical units called monomers into long chains called polymers. So it is synthetic fibers is also called as man-made fibers. Why these are also named as man-made fibers, children? Yes, these are made by man using technologies. Very good. And synthetic fibers, they do contain one more name too. What is other name? What is other name, children? Yes, artificial fibers. Artificial fibers. Okay, why these are named as artificial fibers? Yes, chemical treatments construct artificially. They chemically treated and they constructed with the chemical treatment such as like polymerizations and all, no? So these are also considered as artificial fibers. Yes. Okay. Next, unlike natural fibers, which means cotton, wool, silk, all this comes in natural fibers, right? So unlike natural fibers, synthetic fibers are created industrially using chemical processes. So only these particular synthetic fibers are industrially prepared, which means using textile industries, all these are there, no? So they're chemically processed. But unlike natural fibers, which means natural fibers are not into that particular chemical processing. They're simply turned into particular natural fabric. Okay. So here, unlike natural fibers such as cotton, wool, silk, etc., synthetic fibers are created industrially using chemical processes. Okay, only these synthetic fibers are used synthetically and they're processed through chemical processing in the industries, but not about natural fibers. Okay, children, clear with that, no? So next slide. Okay, this picture is also telling about the synthetic fibers which Okay, differentiated into different categories. We'll learn what is that. And here they grouped with other different colors too, because they'll dip in the dyes. Dyes means different colors. Yes, colors. Okay. Next slide. Okay, now the key properties. What are the main properties of using these synthetic fibers? And what is speciality regarding synthetic fibers? Why the name of the chapter is synthetic fibers and plastics? Why not natural fabrics? Why not natural fibers? There is special indication, special, topic regarding synthetic fibers to be learned. That's the reason they included in this particular 8th class chapter. Okay, children? Did you understand the importance of key properties and also synthetic fibers? Here we'll go. Okay. First one is all about strength and durability. What is strength and what is durability? Here we go. Synthetic fibers are significantly stronger. The string is very strong. The fabric is very strong. And so hence we use the word over here, strength. Okay, it is significantly stronger. It is more durable than natural fibers. Children, natural fibers don't have much strength. Okay, they're not elastic too. Okay, but synthetic fibers, they do contain more strength and more durability, long lasting we can say. Okay, next is all about, okay, first one is done now, strength and durability. Okay, next one, wrinkle resistance and shape retention. What is wrinkle resistance? What is wrinkle actually? You know, Modutala children? If you'll do iron no, for that wrinkle to get rid of wrinkleness. Yes. So wrinkle is Modutala. Okay. Here resistance means it is not a wrinkle one. It is wrinkle resistance and shape retention. Even though if you fold, if you crush it, the original shape doesn't go anywhere in the particular synthetic fabric. Okay, children. So do not wrinkle easily. What do they? Okay, they are synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers do not wrinkle easily, maintain shape, and they do not crease as well. And they do not crease as well. Crease is also the word which means Muduthalu only. Okay, na? So here they maintain shape. They'll not get rid of the particular shape. They'll maintain the shape and they'll maintain the particular softness or else the straightness and all. Okay, they'll not wrinkle easily and they'll not crease as well. Okay, for example, there is a sportswear Puma t-shirt with me. Okay, this is made up of a synthetic fabric only, and here it is. See clearly. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll make it fold. I'll crush it, and I'll apply some force to make it wrinkle. Okay, but you know what happened here? See, even though I just fold it with hard force, see what happens. Yes, did you observe, children? Is there any wrinkle over here in this particular t-shirt? Did you observe anything? Okay, and these are maintaining its shape and these are also wrinkle free. But if you're taking natural fabric, if you do such foldings and all, it will easily fold easily. Okay, for example, cotton cuts, if you use it daily, the summer season, if you fold it into 2, 3 or 4 folds, what happened? The particular shape will be changed and there you can see a particular line also. But here the particular fabric of synthetic doesn't give any wrinkles and doesn't give any creases, and it's also maintaining its shape originally. And this is all about the particular sportswear. This especially sportswear kinds are also used in this particular synthetic fabric, and this fabric is made from synthetic and the name is polyester. Okay, this is the type of synthetic fabric made with this particular synthetic fiber. Okay, children. Okay, fine. So now did you understand what is wrinkle resistance and what is maintaining its shape and shape retention? Yeah, very good. This is all about the point, wrinkle resistance and shape retention. Clear? Now, third point, third main key property, low moisture absorption and fast drying. Hey, what is this absorption? Yes, do they absorb light water, less water? Low moisture, is it? Okay, we'll see. Low moisture absorption and fast drying. Low moisture absorption and fast drying. Okay, we'll see what is the point. They absorb less water, quick drying, and ideal for sportswear. Just now we used the sportswear. Yes? Yeah. Okay. So it is absorbing less water and it is also drying quickly. What are these? Synthetic fibers. Apart from natural fibers, they do absorb less water and they do quick dry. Okay. So this is also ideal for sportswear. That's the sports person will wear all these kind of synthetic fabrics. Okay, children, I want to include an activity over here. What is that? See, for this particular point, I want to tell you an activity. The activity is, okay, take piece of cloth of natural fabric. For example, natural cloth such as cotton cloth. Okay. So, and also take a piece of synthetic cloth too. Okay, maybe your wish, any synthetic cloth. It may be rayon, nylon, polyester, acrylic, spandex, whatever it is. Okay, so now take 2 mugs. Okay, take 2 mugs, and in the first mug, you can name it as mug A, and mug B. Okay, in the first and second A and B mugs, you just fill them with water all over through. Okay, fill them with water, and first we'll take cotton cloth. Okay, for example, cotton kerchief or something, a piece of cotton cloth, or that is made up of natural fabric, right? Okay, what you will do, you just dip that particular cotton cloth, which is natural cloth, in the particular mug 1. You dip it and soak it for a while. Okay, and also in particular mug B, what you'll do, you just dip here synthetic cloth. Any synthetic cloth you can dip. Dip the synthetic cloth, soak it in the water for some time. Okay, soak it for some time. Here a synthetic, which means any rayon or nylon or something, polyester, your wish. Okay, you can also dip this kind of sportswear also. Okay, children, here cotton cloth means what is that? Natural cloth. Okay, so what you will do, you will take 2 pieces of clothes. One is made up of natural fabric, which means cotton, for example, and the other one is made up of synthetic fabric. Okay, so take 2 mugs, soak those 2 pieces of clothes into that particular mugs. What happened now? Leave it for 5 minutes. Okay, and after leaving 5 minutes, you just take the piece of clothes at once. Okay, so after 5 minutes, you observe the result of the first, for my question. Okay, what is that? Just take out the particular clothes from the mug and you observe the level of water where it is present. Okay, so cotton cloth and synthetic cloth, you just mark the particular water level before you just soak it, and after adding this particular cotton natural cloth and synthetic cloth, dipping for 5 minutes. Okay, it will soak now for some time, 5 minutes, and after that you again test them by removing the particular clothes and mark the level of the water. And what you observe over there, where is the level of water in mug A after soaking and after pulling out the particular natural cloth, and what is the level of water in mug B? This is my first question, children. Okay, and then my next question is, see, after taking this both clouds outside, and what you will do, you just spread over in sun. Okay, you just spread those particular 2 cloths, piece of cloths you have taken, natural cloth and also synthetic cloth, you place them in the sun. Okay, and leave it for few or 5 minutes. Okay, and then you go and observe, you touch the cloth, how it is. Okay, see, after you dip in the water, they do contain some water in it. Yes, you can sense the presence of water. Okay, so after few minutes in the sun, okay, go see, touch them and just observe the result. What is the result? What has happened over there? Okay, these are my 2 questions. What's the first question, children? First question is, after soaking them for 5 minutes, take out the cloths and mark the level of the water. That is the first question. And question number 2 is, taking the piece of cloths, both of them, and spreading over them and placing in the sun and observing after a few minutes. What is that happened? You can answer me in the second question. This is all about the activity for you. Okay, go do the activity and just let me know what are the fabrics which are absorbing less water and which are drying much quickly. Okay, so here goes the result for you. I am telling here only, children, after after removing the piece of cloth from the 2 mugs after 5 minutes of soaking, what you'll observe, the cotton cloth which we dipped in mug A, okay, is having less amount of water. The water level is very less. And what about mug B? Mug B contains more amount of water. This is what mug A and mug B. Why? Because synthetic fiber will absorb less water. What about cotton cloth? Natural cloth will absorb more water. What is my first question? Which mug is containing less water? Okay, which will contain less water? Mug B. Yes, mug B is the right answer. Mug B contains less absorption, which means it contains more water. Okay, you can say mug A contains less water and mug B contains more water. What is the actual point over here? Which one is containing less water, right? You can observe mug A, and here we'll go with mug B. What happened in mug B? Mug B will contain more water, which means the synthetic cloth is less absorbed. Synthetic cloth is much? No, it is less absorbed, right? Yes. So here we can say that synthetic cloth, synthetic fiber is absorbing less water. Less water level is only it is absorbing. Okay, children. And what about my second question? In second question, I mentioned you spread the cloth in the sun for a while and leave it for a few minutes. And after go check them and what is the result, you tell me. Okay, what happened, you know? In the particular second question, the answer is after placing them in sun, the cotton, the natural cloth will take more time to dry, whereas synthetic cloth will take less time to dry up quickly. And the answer here is, which one will dry more quickly, children? Yes, synthetic cloth will dry more quickly. You know why? Because synthetic cloth, yes, it's absorbs less water. True. There is one more reason why synthetic cloth absorbs less water and why it dries more quickly. There is a special reason for that. You know what is that? You know what is that? Okay, let me tell you. For example, if you take a small zooming portion of the particular natural cloth and also the synthetic cloth, what you'll observe, you know, you will see there are some gaps present in the natural fabrics. Yes, they do contain gaps, children. They do contain gaps. Here, you can observe like this. If you zoom a particular natural cloth, okay, children, and if you see synthetic fiber zooming in, you will see no gaps present in them. All the fibers are very well arranged together tightly. Okay, all these are very tightly arranged. Okay, there is no such small gaps also present in the particular synthetic fabric. And what happens here? After dipping and after soaking for few minutes, you can't even absorb a single water level, or else the drying up also you can observe. It takes less time to dry up. See, all these are very closely packed, children. Okay, fine. All these are very tightly and closely packed. What about this particular piece of cloth which is natural condition? Okay, this is all about natural cloth. Okay, natural cloth, natural piece of cloth. Okay, natural piece of cloth. And this is which kind? This is of synthetic cloth, synthetic piece of cloth. Okay, sorry, synthetic piece of cloth. Here, if you observe in both conditions, natural cloth, they do contain some empty spaces all over through. They do contain empty spaces. Because of these empty spaces, the water is dipped and water is, you know, absorbed more level in the particular natural cloth. What about the synthetic cloth? There is no empty spaces. If there also, there are very minute, we can't even see them. That main importance of this particular synthetic fabric. Okay, there is no empty spaces. If there are very minute, very small, tiny, very, you know, you have to zoom in. Okay, so here in the natural piece of cloth, there is no particular empty space. There is a particular empty spaces. Because of that reason, they will absorb more water and take more time to dry up. Okay, here we can write one more, including one more, which means it will, yes, more absorption, and here it is less absorption, Hence, we can say this particular fabric made up of synthetic cloth and the piece of cloth of synthetic, which is having no empty spaces, and also it is less absorbed. Okay, because of this reason, we can say those 2 points from the key properties. What is the key properties, children? Yes, they will absorb less water and they'll dry up more quickly. Okay, we'll go back to the particular key properties. Yes, here we go. Okay, here if you observe, they absorb less water, they dry up much quickly. They'll dry up quickly and is ideal for sportswear. Hence, we can include that these synthetic cloths are much preferred than natural cloths in less absorption and less water absorption and yes, what is that? Dry up quickly. Hence, children, you know why we use umbrellas in rainy season? Why we use raincoats in rainy season? Why? Why not in summer? Children, you know why? Umbrellas are used because of they are easily drying up quickly. Yes, because they are made up of which fiber? Yes, which fiber is that? Umbrellas are made of which fiber? Which fiber is that? Here, umbrellas. Which fiber is that? They're made up of synthetic fibers. Hence, we can say we can use umbrellas in rainy season. Why? If the raindrops fall in the particular umbrella, what happens? They'll dry up more quickly because there is no absorption place to be absorbed over here. There is no empty spaces to be absorbed and they'll absorb very less water inside and they can dry up more quickly. That is the main reason for using synthetic fibers in umbrellas. Did you get the point? Yes, good children. And next, what is other key point we'll see? What is other key point over here? It is all about elasticity. Okay, elasticity. And this particular property is very special in synthetic fiber. Elasticity. Okay, what is elasticity? It is having high elasticity, stretch and return to its original shape. If you stretch them also, they'll get back to its original shape. Okay, there'll be some toys regarding elasticity, children. I didn't remember that, but it is also made of synthetic fiber. And if you stretch them too much, they do elast. And but if you remove them, they'll come back and they'll maintain their original shape. That is all about elasticity. Okay, they'll return back to its original shape. Very good. Now, it's all about easy care, low maintained. Yes, synthetic fibers are very easy to maintain, very easy to care them. Okay, so easy to wash too and resistance to shrinking or mildew and pests. So, you know what do you know about shrinking? Shrinking, you know, shrinking means, you know, becoming smaller size or else reduce in size. Reduce in size. If you take a piece of cotton cloth, for example, national cloth, kerchief. If you take the kerchief, after you buy, your mummy will dip in water for a while to make it smooth and all. And what happens, you know, the cloth will shrink. It will come closer, which means it will reduce its size. So it gets some spaces over there. Okay. So resistant to shrinking. What is this? Synthetic fiber is resistant to shrinking. It will not reduce its size. It will be all over original. It will maintain its original shape. It will not at all shrink. What is that fabric? Okay, synthetic fiber. Okay, it is easy to care, easy to maintain, easy to wash also, resistant to shrinking and mildew and pests. Children, these mildew and pests are all about, you know, if you leave the particular synthetic cloth in a humid or moisture place, there you can observe no fungus or else there is no particular other pests including mildew and pests. There is no formation of all these. There is very hygiene and neat and clean because there is no particular empty space present between them. No, that's the reason it's very happy to care, easy to maintain. Okay, children? Yes. Next, key property is all about versatility and texture. Do you ever touch the cloth of this particular? Okay, these are very light in weight and they are easy to maintain, easy to wash also. Okay, these kind of sportswear are made up of synthetic fibers only. Okay, these are made up of synthetic fibers, are very light in weight and they're easy to care, easy to wash also. Okay, children, and because they'll easily dry up. Yes, they'll dry up quickly. Okay, very good. So it's all about, yeah, the texture is also very smooth. If you touch anytime, these are very smooth. Okay, soft as well. They're very smooth, soft or mimic natural wool such as acrylic. Okay, and next property is all about color fastness. What is this? Color fastness. These particular synthetic fibers, they hold dyes well. What is this holding dyes well? What is this dye about? Dye is nothing but coloring, children. Dye is all about the colors we use, no? We'll dip. See, if you take a white color synthetic fiber, if you want to then colorize, what you'll do? You'll dip in the coloring, okay? And you'll have the particular, you'll just dry up for a while and you'll get that particular synthetic fiber in that particular color you want and you wished, okay? This is all about color fastness. It will hold the color very fast, and it'll, more color fast than natural fibers. Okay, these particular synthetic fibers, they hold the color very fast and they're easy than natural fibers. Children, we will buy some natural clothes where we will just have 1 or 2 washes, the color just fades away. Okay, even I used so many clothes, I exchanged them too, because I used for once or twice, that's it. Okay, after dipping them and soaking them in water and after washing them, what happens? The color is exhibiting the particular water itself, okay? And mainly the dark blue, red and all these colors which are very dark, and they do, release the color in the water itself. What are they? Natural clothes, natural fibers and natural fabrics. But what about this particular synthetic fibers? Synthetic fibers are easy to, they can easily dye well, and they can, there are more color fastness than natural fibers, whereas natural fibers are easily giving off the colors outside. But here, synthetic fibers are long lasting and they'll hold the colors, they'll hold the dyes very, very well than natural fibers. Ready? Okay. Now, last property, it's all about thermoplasticity. What is this, children? Thermoplasticity. What is thermoplasticity? We'll see. They can be molded or shaped with heat. What is meaning of thermo, children? Thermo means heat, right? Thermo means heat. Heat symbol, that is heat symbol. Okay, triangle. Heat symbol. So these can be molded or shaped into any particular structures we want, and with the help of heat. There are some synthetic fibers used for, if the generation of heat, they'll shape in different structures. Okay, for that particular process, they do require amount of heat to be added. Okay, so there we can see different structures, different shapes of the particular synthetic fibers using thermoplasticity. These are key properties of synthetic fibers. What are the, children? Strength and durability, wrinkle resistance and shape retention, low moisture absorption and fast drying, elasticity, easy care and low maintained, versatility and texture, color fastness and thermoplasticity. These are the key properties of synthetic fibers. Why to use synthetic fibers in the sense? These are the key properties. Okay, they do have some main properties rather than natural fibers. That's the main property, that's the main quality of